Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, a mysterious dame seeks help. Was her father's death a suicide or a murder? This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, hard-boiled detectives Philip Marlowe and Victor Shaw run a two-bit detective agency on Chicago's west side, trying to stay one step ahead of the Moran and Capone gangs, with help from urban adventurer and vigilante Jack Mallard, drifter Eli Harrington, and patent scientist Dr. Humboldt Harrison. The Chicago papers are abuzz with the scandalous suicide of a city planner, but the investigators may have stumbled on a much larger and more dangerous plot. So, you of course, in your line of work, you keep a close eye on what's happening on the street. And what's happening on the street, there is big news. All the papers are running pretty much the same banner headline, a very dramatic one at that. And it's County Assessor Kills Self in Love Nest. So as you pick up the paper here and check things out, you read the headline here. Assistant County Assessor Eldred Wringer, aged 47, was found dead in a single-room rental apartment above the Mountain of Venus Burlesque Theater on North Clark Street. The cause of death was a single gunshot to the head, and Detective Paul Malone of the Chicago PD called it a classic suicide. Detective Malone opined further that he didn't expect the coroner to take more than 10 minutes to bring a verdict in on the case. No note or paper was found in the room, according to police sources, but off the record they assured this reporter that the motive could easily be guessed given the unorthodox clientele of the establishment.
Do I have any interest in this at all?
Not yet, but that's about to change. As a beautiful young brunette, dressed head to toe in black, raps on your office door.
Do we want to change the PI office?
We shouldn't need it for this purpose.
Okay. Come on in.
Yes, are you Mr. Marlowe?
Maybe. Who's asking?
My name is Helena Wringer, and I want you to look into the death of my father. I've heard you have a reputation around this town as a man who can dig down and find the truth. And I don't believe my father killed himself.
Sure, baby. Come on in. Have a seat. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you. Listen, I know my father didn't kill himself. He was murdered in that horrible place. And I want you to find out who did it and why. She gives you kind of a sultry. She gives you kind of a sultry look under her eyelashes. Eldred Wringer, of course, the county assessor.
Oh, I just read about him in the paper.
I'm sure you did. I see that you're a man of the world.
I am, but the paper says that it wasn't a murder. What makes you think that it isn't? Do you have any proof or evidence, something I can go by?
I just know my father was not the kind of man to commit suicide. I will say this about him, though, as you are a man of the world. He supplemented his salary on occasion, shall we say.
I see.
But in other words, price is no object. Any price.
Well, baby, we'll do my usual. My usual rates are, whatever my usual rates are, I tell her. And I go, do you have anything else that I can go on? Maybe, as you said, your father supplemented his income. Do you know with whom?
I expect he was dealing with north and south side, if you catch my drift.
I do. I do.
Here's
Does he
my
have any
card.
acquaintances or anybody else that I can talk to? Somebody you may have seen him with in the past?
Not that I can recall. My mother passed many years ago. Perhaps that's why he was in that terrible place. Here, she hands her a card with a phone number on it. Please call me when you find out something. And she sways out of the office in a cloud of dark curls, long legs, and French perfume.
Exactly.
All right. So,
All right,
what's your first move? So what you've got so far is the information from the paper.
right. I think in order for me to look into this a little bit, I'm gonna have to call my buddy over at the police station, see if maybe he has some inside scoops for me. Anything he can give me.
Yeah. So you can definitely do that. Give me a persuasion roll for a little networking.
Sure. Hold on. Where is my character sheet? There it is. Persuasion, right?
Right. That's a pretty solid persuasion roll.
So I'll call up the police station. Lieutenant Ibarra, please.
Just a moment. Yes, this is Ibarra. Who's calling?
Ibarra, it's Philip Marlowe. How are you
Oh.
today?
Good, Phil. What's up?
So I had a new client who wanted me to check in on a particular person that you've been I see have come across the the what was it, the county collector,
The county assessor.
county assessor, thank you, the county assessor that just passed. What can you tell me about him?
Case is closed.
Wow, of course, but there must be something that you might be able to squeeze by. Come on, we've been friends for quite a couple of years.
Well,
Throw me a bone.
I can do better than that. I'll throw you the police report. Not that there's much to it.
Oh, you're a pal. Send it on over.
He says, listen though. If I were you, I wouldn't take this one.
Oh, and why's that?
Let's just say there's a cold wind blowing from the north, if you get me.
Yeah, I hear you. Send it over anyway. I'll take a look at what you have, and I'll make my decision off of that.
Okay, so he does. And you get... He couriers it over, so you have it the same day.
Anything in there that's interesting that I can take from it? Do you want me to do like a
It's pretty sketchy.
research?
No, there's not that much to it, really. It's pretty sketchy. What you get, though, is they did not look into this at all.
Okay.
The investigation was almost non-existent.
Well, that tells me a lot right there. Doesn't seem like,
especially for a city official, that's pretty weird.
It is.
Yeah,
You'd think he'd get more attention.
exactly. Which means that somebody's paying to hush this up.
Yep. What you do get, though, is the gun was a rather unusual firearm. It's a Spanish-made 9mm, an Astra Mod 400, and you do have a serial number.
Oh, good. So something like that would probably need to be imported in. If it's still got its serial number, which means it wasn't black market, it's not on the market. Are there gun stores around in the area?
There are, although it would take a little bit of hitting the books, a little research to figure out where this particular gun was sold.
Yeah, I'd have to go around and question the particular gun owner, see if they have that serial number in their books at one point or another.
Yep. So go ahead and give me a research roll at -2, and then if you've involved your rest of your crew, they can roll first to assist.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't have research. Would repair be applicable there?
I'll let you do a repair roll for give him a boost there.
All right.
Can I use the
also at a
Colt?
Also at a -2.
No, I'll give you a straight repair roll to help out.
I have research. It still -2 though. I guess I'll penny that then.
No, you're good with the help that you get from your friends.
Okay.
Takes a bit of digging, but you're able to trace the gun back to a particular store. Specifically, the firearms establishment of a gentleman named Franzius. It's called Sports Incorporated.
Am I at his location? Seeing how I'm guessing I got that information from his books.
Yeah, he's out on the west side on Diversity Parkway.
Okay. So this gun that you have in your registry, do you have it? Do you have the name of the person you sold it to?
You know, my customers pride me on confidentiality, and I would like you to make a common knowledge roll with your streetwise bonus.
Shh. Where is my oh there? I don't think I have streetwise, do I? No.
But anyone else who's along can also make a common knowledge roll. Oh, thank goodness. One of you has heard of this place. So
All right.
weirdly, Humboldt, you've heard of this guy as somewhere you can go to get your firearm without an associated serial number.
Huh.
Wild
Okay.
use. Love it.
Wow. All right.
Well, I understand that your discretion is usual. You usually have discretion in these matters, but this particular firearm doesn't have the numbers missing off of it, which tells me that it's more of a legit gun. So, looking into it, should be able to get the name of the person who you sold it to.
Give me a persuasion roll. Anyone want to assist before he rolls?
Sure.
I'm not good at persuasion, but I can help. Now
That's unhelpful. That's a +1.
I'm better at intimidation, but that's not how we're playing this.
Yep. So that's a total of, let's see, +2. On top of your 6, he says, if I had a few more details about the firearm in question, I might be able to help you. But I might also be looking for a fee for my time.
Well, it's a Spanish-made gun, if I do remember, a revolver, and how about a 10?
All right, you slide him in 10 spot. Give me another persuasion roll +1.
Oh,
Woohoo.
well.
Yeah, that's funny good. He says, let me check my records here. So he pulls out a ledger. Everybody make a notice roll.
Ooh, yes.
Notice. Yeah, not great.
I think I'm going to go ahead and Benny mine.
It appears to be a book of some sort. Yes.
I'm gonna wait and see what your Benny results. I better.
Snake
Yeah,
eyes.
it's totally a book.
It's
Oh,
definitely
that's
a thick hallucinatory tree carcass.
Jack, Jack, Jack sees as he flips open this ledger that the page that he's referring to is completely blank on the opposite side. And he says, yes, here's the entry. It's one Wringer purchased day before yesterday with cash.
Do you have an address to go along with that name?
I don't believe it. I took the address down. No. I expect it's that poor man who put a bullet in his head, though. He's been in all the papers.
Wait, so I noticed what?
You notice that the back of the ledger page that he's looking at, unlike the other ledger pages that he flipped through, is completely blank.
So I kind of turn around and go, shenanigans.
Yeah.
An Wringer, huh? See. Can I make a notice roll, see if he's lying?
Yes, you can.
Hopefully this roll is a lot better than the last. Come on.
I'm going to also try to notice.
I'm going to go ahead and Benny that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might not want to bother given what Eli just rolled.
But, I'm taking Philip's cue because I know something's up.
Well, I will do it as well. I don't know that I can contribute anything, but holy cow, we got to roll.
You're reasonably confident that he's not being straight with you.
Okay.
Really, an Wringer, huh? You know what? That smells a little bit fishy to me, if you ask me. Why don't you tell me what's really going on here? Who'd you sell that gun to?
The record's right here. Wringer.
Is it? I grab him. Give him a little shake.
Make an intimidation roll.
That is not my strong suit.
See, okay, now I see which way this is going.
Oh, yes.
Can I help with you?
Yes, you can help with the intimidation.
So that'd be just unskilled, I guess.
Yep. But with +2 because of that. Okay, that's a fairly respectable 6. And he says, well, isn't this a pickle? And you hear a
I take out my gun.
Go.
I take out my gun and I stick it up right underneath his chin.
So you see behind him is an enormous man with a Tommy gun. Let him go.
Yeah. If I let him go, what makes you think I don't think you're going to let us out of here anyways. So why don't I just take him with me?
If you take him with you, he's of no value to me.
Guys, anything?
I say, look, we don't have to get ugly here, folks. We just want some information about where this gun went. Give us that, we walk. No problem.
But I already
Yeah.
told you, sir.
So
And I'm
so
telling you, you're
ears-
smoking Malaki up our asses.
So there's something about an earring, right? Ringer, an earring.
Well, that's the name of the gentleman who put a bullet in his head, sir. Wringer with a W. It's right here on the ledger. And he points again to the entry.
Which is
I don't know
still
what
blank,
else
yes?
you expect to learn.
Well, I still smell something. It smells like bull to me. You're hiding something. Why don't you just come out and just tell us?
You're welcome to believe whatever you think, sir. But I would warn you, in my trade, I have many friends with very short tempers and very many firearms.
I slowly put my gun away.
Get out of here.
Look at that. We make our way to the
Alright.
door, I guess.
Okay.
Bit of
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit of a dead end, it seems, but
Yeah.
Safe thing to do.
yeah.
So
No
as
reason to
we're
push it.
going out the door, I say, look, just to show there's no hard feelings, we'll try to send some business your way if the opportunity ever arises.
Most kind.
I spit on the floor as I leave.
That's not very persuasive anyway.
No.
Most kind is layered with several ounces of sarcasm.
Right. Wow. Okay.
All right, where to next?
All
And
right,
you-
so the gun was a flop. Let's see
Yep.
here. Let's
Well,
go to
so he
I guess
says
the scene of the
that-
crime.
Now he said that the guy bought the gun yesterday. Is that what he said?
the day before yesterday, yeah.
Day before yesterday, and so he buys the gun. I mean, what we're supposed to believe is that he bought the gun, went to this hoochie coochie place, and popped himself. Just like went right there, no hesitation, just boom, boom, boom. That's that.
More or less, yeah.
Well, the scene of the crime is where we should go next.
Yeah.
True.
All right, so you can head over to the Mountain of Venus. Another option you could consider is his workplace. It's getting late in the day, so the burlesque theater is open.
Cool. Oh yeah. It's like home, sweet home away from home for me.
So
Hey, come
you'll
on.
need-
This is business right now. Keep
So-
it in your
Well,
pants for
I've
now.
never been there, but I anticipate they're going to be falling all over me.
I roll my eyes as we step in.
all right, so this time around, you're going to have to do some networking. So you can do the persuasive route or the intimidating route. The persuasive route will benefit from spreading around a little cash. The intimidating route benefits from getting a little rough. But before you do that, I'd also like you all to make notice rolls.
Know how this usually goes. Oh yeah. Seems about right tonight.
Shh. That ain't much.
Okay, Eli, you notice
Yep.
that, and Jack both, you notice that you've seen what it looks like the same black Packard several times as you drove out to the gun store and now over to the burlesque theater.
So, hey guys, are you seeing this?
Yeah. Is there anything about the Packard that would let us know, who it might belong to? I mean, does it look like an unmarked cop car? Any defining characteristics like that, like a city license plate or anything?
It does have an Illinois plate, and it appears to be in well kept and in good condition. But other than that, no.
Did it pull up and stop when we stopped?
It drove up the block a bit and then stopped.
Okay, they're following us and watching us.
Okay.
Does the burlesque have a separate exit?
You'd have to ask around. Probably. There's probably a back way in.
I'm just wondering if we all go in here, would it be worth me sneaking out kind of stealthy like and getting a better look at that Packard?
Do you have wall walking by any chance?
No, that would be fun.
Oh, see,
I
because
do.
I do have wall walking, and if I come at it from above, there's less opportunity to be noticed. I might be able to look in and sort of see who's inside the car.
You can apply your wall walking to other people.
Ooh, excellent. Who's the stealthiest among us?
I have a stealth of D6.
Ditto.
Okay, my stealth is only 4.
D4.
Okay, so how about if we like kind of go to a dark part of an alley, even like before we go into the club, just go someplace a little bit, outside the realm of that. I'll cast wall walking on one of you two guys, and you scope this thing out.
How obvious is it when you cast it?
I don't think there's any viable effects. It's just a matter of, I dub thee wall walker.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering if it would be worth being very obvious to the people in the car that we went into the club before we come out.
And then you duck out the
and
bar
then we duck out the back
entrance.
door, go up the side of the wall in the alley, and
they come around.
See what's going on.
I would have to assume that this place is going to have a back entrance. So let's go in and ask around for that.
Okay.
The bartender is probably a good bet for that.
Yep. You'll need to make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Jack, why don't you do the persuasion? Because I got nothing on that. There you go.
D4.
I can be very persuasive. Or
you
moderately persuasive.
You.
I just walked in, pointed at the nicest thing on the shelf, was like, give me some of that and let me know if you know about... and tell me how I can get out of here quickly if her husband shows up.
Yeah.
Nice.
That works.
So, yeah, he's like, yeah. Go over to the door by stage left, go straight back, hang a right, and then you'll see the door on your left. It goes out in the alley.
Boom. Okay. So you take your drink. I will cast you as a wall walker, and you just slip out.
All right. So you are wall walking. Give me a stealth roll, please. And throw a +2 on top of it.
These numbers are little, and I should wear my glasses.
Oi!
You happy with that?
No, not particularly.
Well, feel free to hit that Benny button then.
I've got these cool things that look like little M's.
Pop them like wheelies. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I probably could have done that right from the...
Yeah, you can hit the reroll on there, though.
Okay, right
bonus
there?
And everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
there you go.
better. There you go.
Yeah.
Spider friend, spider friend.
Okay, so you're stealthily wall walking along here. And he definitely does not notice you.
Cool.
So you're able to get a good look from across the street at this guy. Give me a common knowledge roll with Streetwise, but if you have it, but it's going to be at -2.
Okay, I do have Streetwise.
So it's basically just a straight common knowledge roll.
+2, it's a wash. All right.
Not bad.
Not great.
Can we Benny?
You can.
I got him. I might as well use them.
It's not snake, guys.
That's what they're there for.
I'm sorry.
You have no idea.
Like
you don't have
some sort.
You don't have the first idea who this guy is, but you think maybe he's a cop.
He walks like a cop.
You're not there to see him, unfortunately.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. So meanwhile in the club, are you guys going to be networking to see what you can find?
Yeah. So I'll ask the bartender, about Wringer. Was he a regular? See him around much? How did he make his way here? Why did he pop, if he's going to pop himself? Why did he do it here? That's not usually people don't usually come here to pop off. Womp womp.
Okay.
All right. Again, persuasion is not my thing. Oh, lucky roll.
Oh.
Hey.
Triple four.
Finally, your flirting skills have paid off.
Wow.
You find one of the ladies. Hey, mister. You were asking about that poor sod they took out on a stretcher the other day.
Yeah, I'm, curious about that poor bastard. I mean, this seems like the kind of place that would make you lift the guy's spirits. My spirits are certainly being lifted by you, sweetheart. But what about this guy? I mean,
I'm Rosa. What's your name?
Ah, my name is Doc.
Hi, Doc. Now listen. Right before the gunshot, there was these two bruisers who went upstairs. One of them, he looked like one of them cavemen down at the Natural History Museum. He had muscles on his muscles. They ripped his coat wide open. And the other one was a good looking guy, dark, handsome, maybe a little on the heavy side.
So they went up to where Wringer was spending a little time with one of your ladies?
I don't know if any of the girls were with him or not. I haven't heard from any of them that they were. You'd think a girl would remember something like that.
Yeah. It's quite a way to end a client interaction. So what was he doing upstairs if not, indulging?
Search me.
Huh. Did the bruisers carry, did they have Wringer with them? Were they frog marching him upstairs?
No, he was already up, and they went up after, and then I heard the shot.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you, Doll, you've been real helpful.
Yeah, maybe you can come back and see me sometime.
Hey, I would love to. And I'll let you see me. All right. So what the heck was he? Oh, I got an idea. I wonder if he was here because he was conducting business not with one of the girls, but with the owner of the place. If he was taking a bribe or something for some kind of a tax assessing thing.
So I would like you all to make smart rolls.
Me too. Am I still outside?
No, yeah, you wouldn't. Well, actually, I'm going to say you've reconvened and you're checking out. Okay.
And we're all a little disappointed at your report on it was a car.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna bet him at that.
Several of you,
It was a critical failure.
Yeah, several of you are convinced, although Eli is definitely not convinced, that the description that you got from Rosa sure sounds like the guy that was in Compton's lab. And that a gentleman by the name of Goosey Goosenberg, who is a Capone hitter.
Oh, right. All right. So you got one gorilla to hold Wringer down, and then Duesenberg to actually pop him. But why would Capone want Wringer dead?
Especially when the cops seemed to think it was Moran.
Well, maybe the answers are back at his office.
Okay.
You can also try his home after if we can't find anything there. Maybe he stashed something away at the house.
Yeah, it sounds like his daughter would be more than happy to cooperate with you.
Well, that's assuming the daughter still lived with the old man.
So So the report, the police report said that they thought that he had something to do with Moran.
They didn't say anything in the police report about it, but Marlowe's contact on the force said that they thought it was that he hinted that Moran had something to do with it.
Huh. Okay.
But this
Right.
this suggests that maybe Capone had something to do with it.
Hmm.
There's too many unknown variables at the moment. We gotta go search the house. And,
Yep.
Let's go to his office first, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're gonna head to the office.
You also know, because Gusenberg was on your radar, you know where you could find him.
Would he be? Yeah, so if he's along the way, we should probably grab him first.
No, I'm sorry. Gusenberg was not the guy in the lab. Gusenberg was the guy who threatened Compton. The guy in the lab was Machine Gun Jack McGurran.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it was a Moran guy who took him out.
I think we should go check out the office first. We can go question him later.
Okay. Yeah, let's get more information before we confront him. So let's go to the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's still the middle of the night, though, right? Or
you gotta go
until morning?
You gotta go the next day.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, why don't we search the house before we give it the goods tonight?
Okay. Yeah, so you can find him in the phone book. But right, you can also call Helena and see what she has to say.
Yeah, sure. She might have like a spare key or whatnot to his place if she didn't live with him.
He says, hello?
All right, Philip Marlowe, how are you?
Oh, Mr. Marlowe. Yes, I'm very eager to hear what you've learned.
Not much. We'd like to take a look around your father's place in his office, if that's possible. I know it's a little late for the office, but we were kind of hoping we could poke around his house.
I'm afraid I haven't had a key for many years. I live on my own.
Right. Do you know anybody else who had a key, or is your mom still around?
No, she passed several years ago. There might be someone at the office who has a key.
Nobody at the office would be open, though, right? Nobody
there? Not as yet, no. Do you have any idea of what might have happened to him?
I don't want to give your hopes up or nothing, but so far it's a little sticky. Sounds like your father might have been into it with some powerful people.
What kind of powerful people? It would give me so much comfort to know what really happened.
The kind of people that you wouldn't want to associate with. I'll tell you more once I learn more.
Well, could I meet you at your office tomorrow after you visit the assessor's office?
Sure, no problem.
How shall we say 11?
Let's make it 1 o'clock. That'll give me enough time to go through your father's place and the office.
I'd like to meet sooner if we could.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll go by the office first. I'll take my investigation there, and then I'll meet you at my office, and then we'll head to your father's house.
That sounds good.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow. And I hang up.
Okay. So the next day, you truck on out to the assessor's office. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Philip Marlowe. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking into the death of the recently deceased gentleman that was working for you.
Oh, I see. Oh, the police have already been by about that.
Yes. One of my cohorts, Lieutenant Ibarra, told me I should stop by and give it a good look with fresh eyes, see if I could find something.
I see. Well, you'll want to talk to Nancy then.
Sure. Where's Nancy?
She was Mr. Wringer's secretary. take the hall back that way, and the third door on the right.
Thank you. So I go ahead and I'll head on down there.
Okay, yeah. So there's a middle-aged lady with horn-rimmed glasses in there. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, hi. I'm a private investigator. I'm here to investigate the gentleman who is no longer with us.
Oh, poor Mr. Wringer. Very sad. I hope they hire his replacement soon. I'm a bit worried about my own job, I'm afraid. I know that's selfish, but woman on her own has to have employment.
Of course, of course. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a look around.
I don't suppose I mind, but I doubt you'll find anything. These files are a complete mystery to just about everyone.
Well, sure, it wouldn't help that if, do you mind if you could get me some coffee while we look around?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I can do that, yes.
Thank you, thank you. My throat's a little dry, if you don't mind. It's, that season.
You
All right,
smooth
so,
devil.
That season.
I don't know, whatever season it is.
all right, so you start looking through the files, and it becomes apparent very quickly that it is total chaos in there. You can't make any sense of anything that you're looking at.
Is it possible that while she's off getting me a coffee, I can take a small poke around her desk? See if I can find anything?
Her desk is meticulous and neat. All you find are her spare pens and steno pads.
Okay. You want me to take a notice roll or anything
Nope.
while searching the office?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay.
I'm gonna check for like behind the bookcases or behind the door, see if there's a secret, like if a hollowed out dictionary or things like that. Hiding spaces.
Nope.
Any magical sense anybody have other than anything in here?
Oh yeah, can I identify anything as objects? Without
No. There is absolutely nothing in here that is magical in any way.
Okay.
Wow.
So she comes back in with coffee for everybody.
Thank you. One other thing. We were gonna stop by his residence, but unfortunately we don't have a key. Would it be possible that we could get one?
I'm not sure. Mr.
Well,
Mr. Wringer was a very kind man. We worked closely together, but I don't think he ever thought to leave me with a key. He was not a, he was only in his middle years. I expect he planned on having a good long life and good career here. Very sad.
Mm-hmm. See, sure.
So that doesn't really jive with his with the suicide. And one of the things about suicides, historically and statistically, is that they show a lot of signs, and they start to give away their possessions. They start to talk about wrapping things up. They start to talk about regrets of things they didn't get accomplished, things like that. And it sounds to me like he was not in that kind of a mode. For your description, it sounds like he was just sort of planning on, coming into work the next day.
Well, if anything, the last week or so, he was excited and happy.
Do you know about
Really?
what? Was he talking about
more.
something in particular?
Well, for a month or so beforehand, he'd been burying himself in these old files. Stuff from the last century even. But once he finished up, he started going out in the afternoon, coming in late in the mornings. I'd say it did him a world of good. He even brought me flowers one day.
I see. Do you have those files on hand?
The flowers? Or
The files. The files.
Oh, I'd like to see the flowers too.
I'm afraid I'm afraid I've already thrown them out. The files could have been anything in the building, really.
So you don't know exactly what were in the files.
Well, he did make a couple of phone calls before he. Before. I shouldn't say, but he's not going to fire me for telling tales now, is he?
No, of course not.
It was very strange. He said, I found a parcel for the Irish, and I could tell you where, for a similar consideration. Then he saw the door was open and closed it. Not like I listen in, but there's absolutely nothing else to do here most afternoons.
So he found a parcel for the Irish for a similar consideration.
He said he found a parcel for the Irish, and he could tell you where. I could tell you where for a similar consideration.
Sounds like okay.
Is there any way to know who he was talking to?
No, I'm afraid not. He didn't ask me to keep a record of the call.
Do you know what the number was that he called?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you've been a great help. Great help. So last thing, do you know who might have a key for his residence?
I'm afraid not.
So he brought you flowers. Would you say that this is a characteristic thing for him to do or an unusual thing to do?
It was very unusual. He was in such high spirits. That's why it was such a shock to hear about his suicide.
Do you happen to remember where the flowers came from, the florist? The reason I ask is that might give us an indication of, where he had been on that day.
I think they'd come in from one of the florists up on the north side up the Gold Coast.
Huh. Okay. Great. Thank you.
We appreciate your time. Truly, we do. Just real quick, did we spot any keys while we were searching the office?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're headed back to meet up with Elena, and that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
The plot thickens.
Like a soup to which cornstarch has been added.
Yes.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-fi at ko.fi.com/Happy Monster Press. Happy MonsterCast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw. And Soft Despair by Unheard Music Concepts.
Oh, for sure.